I'm going to start with a notion about what editors do. I love root words, absolutely love them. How many of you do too? You know, there's something about the root that has truth to it. The Latin root of to edit is really cool. It means to produce. A variation on it that came prior to that from the Indo-Europeans means to give. Editors give feedback. I would clarify that to edit is different from to revise. We're using the phrase editor, but it subsumes revision. Revision, I know the Latin derivation. That means to see again. Revisere. So you look over material again, you give and you produce something better. Editors tend to find errors, technical, specs. Does something align? Does it hold up? Can you communicate it clearly? Are there gaps? You see the sense of it. Revision is giving it juice, giving it more aesthetic, giving it more power. So an editor does both. And in our work, you can see where as we edit our maps, and pardon me, we edit our storyboards, we're definitely looking for coherence, vertical coherence between the focus of the story and what actually is going to transpire. Coherence between the image and the essence of what you're getting at. Coherence between the title, I think that's where I was at, and the like. One of you asked a brilliant question. It was just amazing. I loved it. Yesterday in one of my sessions, someone said, well, so all of us could have the same topic, but we could, if we all did it with different genre, we could still meet the standards. We could still do it the same. I said, that's right. That's right. Wonder if all of you were teaching the American Revolution. We could do it 60 different ways. Is that true? Yeah. Wonder if you have one of you has a good friend who lives in Lexington, Massachusetts, and you decide to have their class report from the square there. Do you see what I'm getting at? That think of all the different ways you can do things. So the idea of coherence is really cool, both for making sure, yes, it aligns directly to those standards, but also it's coherent in the design, the elegance. That's the part of revising that makes this stuff so interesting and creative. We want to also make sure we make revisions that improves the quality of the message. Just because I make it student friendly doesn't make it a very interesting message. Ouch, I'm saying it out loud. In fact, I could give you an interesting design challenge. I want you to write a focus of the story that is guaranteed to bore your kids, but they will understand every word. See what I'm saying? It isn't just making it accessible, it's making it engaging. Now, along those lines, some of what we teach isn't always exciting. It isn't. But it becomes, you know, there's a lot of hard work and grit in teaching and learning, but we can make it more palatable, more doable. I can do this is really what we want to begin to generate. We want to also provide feedback from the point of view of the readers. So I very much encourage you, and yesterday in my little sidebar group up here, I think I mentioned to you, I said, do any of you have students that you always pretty much know they'll give you a straight answer? Remember that yesterday? What was it I suggested?
To have them read it.
Yeah, have them read your focus of the story and see if it makes sense to them. And they'll say either like, yeah, that sounds cool, or what are you talking about? But the point here is when we get editorial feedback, we want to actually hear from them and listen. So that will deal with partnered feedback today as well. So an editorial eye is looking for feedback, feedback, feedback. Feedback is the heart of learning. And finally, just remember this as we look forward to assessment 2. If a student doesn't know what to do differently, they can't improve their performance. As a curriculum writer, if I don't know what to do differently, I can't improve my design. So the purpose of feedback is to go back to the root, to give, to help, to produce. That's kind of where we're going.